All right, y'all. Here's a little motivation for you.
Me one lie. You do know that this is all fake, right? You do know that you're comparing yourself to someone who's cheating what they seeing. You do know that there's rappers who borrow money, even go to the bank and take their last out of their savings just to take it out and take pictures and videos with it. You do know that, ladies, you don't want to post that picture because you're thinking you're a little off balance, the body not hitting, but you do know that you're competing against girls that are photoshopping the image before it even hits the app. You know, you playing with filters and they playing with Photoshop. It's two different games that you playing. You do know that when you log on to this internet, we're all going to the show. And every time you press follow, you bought a ticket to the front row. You do understand that you are now seeing what they wanted you to see. You do know that, right? So stop overthinking and thinking your life doesn't match. You can't compare your reality to someone's Photoshop.
Man, that is very true. And even though that's not really a post about music, you know I'm going to compare it to the music and the music industry. A lot of you are striving to become these huge artists, and a lot of you are thinking that you are lacking in a sense, thinking that you cannot catch up to a lot of these people who are already out here. They have these huge followings, and you're thinking that you're behind them in a sense, but you're really not. A lot of you guys who think that you're working a job and you're actually making a steady income, you're thinking that you're not doing enough. You're thinking that a lot of these people are living better lives than you, and they're not. I'm being totally honest with you. I know rappers right now who are living scam to scam. I'm just going to be honest with you. They're living scam to scam, and they will do anything to try to get a verse out of you. They'll do anything to try to get some consultations out of you. You know, I've seen this throughout all my years of doing this, and I've seen a lot of musicians who do not have any money, but they have a big following. Everywhere they go, everybody knows who they are, but they don't have two nickels to rub together. Just to be honest with you. There's social media women right now who, like the man said on this video, who have Photoshop, who have professional people photoshopping their images, making them look the best that they can look. And all you have is an app on your phone that just, changes a filter. And what it does is it plays with your psyche and you thinking, oh man, I cannot get ahead of these people. Why is this happening to me? Why? Why do I only have 5,000 followers and they have 500,000 followers? Because it's all a game. Don't think just because you may have put out a record and it only did like 20,000 views that you failed. You did not. You didn't cheat. A lot of these people that have hundreds of thousands or millions of views had to pump in a whole bunch of money to get those views. And they had somebody behind them to invest in them. The thing about it with a lot of you who are independent artists right now is you don't owe anybody anything. You don't owe anybody any type of money. What you do is you owe yourself to doing more for yourself. And that is it. You don't have to take any orders for any labels. You don't have to, say anything different from what the label says because you are the label. You are the promoter. You are anything. You can do whatever you want to do. And a lot of these people out here that you see that are out here pretending to be this thing that they're not, they pretty much have to answer to somebody at some point. I know so many different artists and so many different social media people who owe people something because either they got something done for free and they did like a barter system or they borrowed some money to do it. Trust me, people ask me all the time for money here and there. Now for my friends, yes, I look out for them. But for certain people who have the following, who have the networking experience, who have taken certain situations and pretty much have squandered their situations, I can't do nothing for them. But they have a whole bunch of people that follow them that think that their lives are just perfect. There are artists that live check to check, but you would think that they're making millions of dollars, but they're not. So for you to sit here and think that you're not worthy and to think that you can't do what everybody else is doing, well, I'm here to tell you this. You're already doing it. You're doing it more than what they're doing. When you're clocking into work every day and you're making very good money, you're doing better than probably 99% of the artists who don't have no job, who are out here trying to hustle their way through this. Now, I'm not saying that you should not hustle your way through this if you are artists, because guess what? Some artists had to sleep on couches. Some artists had to sleep in their cars, but they did it the right way. They had to go through the right struggle. They didn't try to scam anybody. They tried to do everything the right way. But then you have some people who try to scam their way through everything. Like right now, a lot of these social media influencer women, they all have hair care lines. They all have skincare lines. They're selling all type of products, nail products and stuff like that. But you don't really see any advancement from that because they're using what they have for something different. That's all just a front. Really, a lot of those people don't sell a thing on those hair care and skin things. A lot of them don't sell anything because a lot of women simply go to Ulta or other places and get the real stuff, or what it's claimed to be real. They'll get like the Fenty or stuff like that from Rihanna instead of buying it from some chick who has 500,000 followers. A lot of them females are basically prostitutes. And I can see a lot of female artists trying to compare themselves to these women that have these big followers, but you're basically following people who are prostituting themselves out. And I'm just being honest. In the same way with a lot of these guys out here who are these gurus and making all this money and saying, oh, I can take your career to the next level. I can do this because they paid for their followers. They paid for everything around them. And what they're doing is they're basically pimping themselves out just to get a quick buck. Everybody's around here pimping themselves out in a sense. So don't think just because you might not have the followers or you might not have the views that it's not working. It is. It's just that you're doing it the right way. And I would rather you do it the right way than to succumb to what a lot of these people are doing out here on the internet, because a lot of these people are living fake lives. If you have 10 super fans, I would rather have 10 super fans than 100,000 people who are just curious about what I'm doing, or 100,000 people who just check in to see what's going on with me and to see my downfall. Because those 10 super fans can create more fans for you. And then that way you'll have a steady audience. And this is how you can find out if you have a steady audience. I don't care if you get 10 views per post, 100 views per post, 100,000 views per post. If it's around the average, then guess what? You actually got fans, whether it's your family, whether it's your friends, whether it's people you don't know. You actually have real fans, and you can build on top of that, because that means that a steady amount of people are coming back to see you. If you see the same people in your comment section commenting, guess what? Regardless if they're a friend or somebody you don't know, that means they're still a fan. And that means that they're engaged in what you do for real. And just build on top of that. Because like I said before, if you have 10 super fans or 10 fans that really like you, they will go about their mission to tell other people about you. So don't worry about what you see on this internet. Don't worry about anybody else but you. And just continue to build your audience, continue to build up your base, and that way things will work out better for you.